Hello there folks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, a place where I discuss different topics, usually about introspection and spirituality, but from time to time game design. It's been a long time since I analyzed any game aspects, and it's been so long since I actually took into account the old Valentine event, which I started to make videos on. And well, today I came up with an idea. Well, let's actually continue because I'm sure some people may require some, tips on how to improve. Now, these aren't presented from a perspective of, superiority or something, just, neutral aspects, because, well, I'm not interested in pulling people down. Now, this video belongs to a person naming themselves Ken Kras. I guess it's pronounced like that. I guess I figured I'd go ahead and take a stab at this. Here's my submission. I modified one of my prior scenes to fit the Valentine theme. So this one apparently is part of a game. And wait, check out my RPG Maker web series, Attis's Gaze. So they are actually working on some projects. And they also have a video on how to improve your project. Well, I can actually take a look, but after this video. So I'm guessing this is part of an actual game but has been adapted, or better said adjusted. Let's actually see if we can actually improve something. Oh, they actually made an intro. Now that's a tall tower. Okay, so let's actually go ahead. I don't know how you actually achieve these. I've seen these in a few other parts. Now really, that's a huge tower. I wonder if you can actually walk behind it. It would be actually quite good in a way if you could actually walk behind it. Now what's a bit striking is the color choices kind of makes me feel that up till here it is a tower, but upwards when I look at this part, it's like this is just something that's on the grounds, right? The 2D thing is kind of marking in here. Now the map, we have something very nice. We have this border here. Now I'm not sure if these would actually be, well, I doubt there would be a fence in here. This is the garden. Okay, so we have some trees. Okay, there should be some benches. These seem a bit large. I think they're two tiles in height. Oh, okay. I've also used these in my own project. So we have a fence. Okay. Usually I would make fences, I would try to make them wider than just one tile, because honestly there would be soldiers that could walk around here. And we have, well, the gate. I'm sure this part, as we saw, is above player, yes. We're moving here. Now the entrance animation is kind of a bit rushed. There is, well, I prefer using a lot of details. Oh, nice. This is a good approach. This, I think, is a tile that's used usually for the above. I think this is a ceiling, but I guess in this case you can actually climb on it. It's not bad. It's actually quite good. And okay. Okay, now I get the illusion. So theoretically the stairs go upwards, as one can see through this part, right? And then you have this part which masks the ladder, at least the tile in here. And you also have stairs from here. Quite an interesting design. Have some chairs. Oh, they're actually climbing upwards. Wait, let's actually see that again. Okay, so they're going here. Okay, so they went downwards. I'm not sure if this is scripted, because I think you can actually script it through plugins that they actually follow that path. And I don't know how to script the AI so that it works like that, right? When it has a certain space, it just moves diagonally instead of down and rightwards, or two directions. And what I usually don't see people doing is when people knock or the such, they only use sounds, they don't use anything to suggest that the character is actually doing that. Oh, okay. That's actually good. We also have a pop-up image that, well, shows the player that they've actually burst into.
Hamalazia! I have
Oh, we actually have voices.
returned, my love. The dying gasp of a lately vanquished foe reminded me that it was Valentine's Day. And woe unto the man that forgets this most wholesome of days.
Oh, Elo.
And woe unto the man that forgets this most wholesome of days.
Oh, Elo, my love.
Wait, there is a difference in the sounding.
And that forgets this most wholesome of days.
The voice of the guy sounds so smooth,
Oh, Elo.
but the way the female sounds is like it sounds specifically as if there's, a female talking at the microphone, like,
My love. Do my eyes deceive me? Are
oh,
you
ain't that
truly
cute?
there before me? I often fear the worst when you venture off.
Fear the worst. She actually pronounces the worst.
Long have I awaited your sweet return.
It is nice that we have voices. However, the point that I usually draw attention towards when it comes to characters, you don't want your characters to just sit idle as if they are just some two pictures, because ultimately that's what they are. You wouldn't mind adding some animations. Probably, well, these characters are definitely, I think these are custom made, so I don't think they will fit well, but I think they can actually fit with Mog Hunter, I think, and the face plugins. They have a plugin which shows some facial expressions. Basically, it overrides the meshes of the character, right? And you have some of those with, eyes closed, right? Like anime girl laughing, and you can pop up a heart. Now, by default, those are set to function based on RPG Maker normal height, but if I remember correctly, you can actually change the buffer of the X and Y, so you can actually put them higher. So you can actually, you know, replace the face of the girl, but, well, this sounds a bit more, this looks a bit more medieval, European, so I don't know if one would want to, mix it with anime specifics. Okay.
Yes, though I was gone but a few short hours, it has seemed as if an eternity has passed.
Oh, okay.
Fret not, my hero, for such trifling things, for love has returned and life can continue its noble route of divine providence.
Oh my gosh, the quotes of the girl are so poetic. Noble root. Okay, the noble root. This sounds a bit old English. I think it's route nowadays, but the British usually have different pronunciations than Americans, and there's also local accents, so yes, okay. You could actually add "For love has once more returned."
Oh, Amalazia, let me run to your embrace. What is that? The castle! It's under attack!
Oh yes,
Damn those pesky demons! Every Valentine's
Valentine's, I think it's an apostrophe in there.
Day, it's the same thing!
I like the fluctuation of the guy's voice. It's not something flat like you can find in some voice packs. It's actually very wavy. You can actually feel the way they are, expressing their anger. It's not just a flat quote that kind of almost lacks emotion. Oh, okay, these are the I recognize these sounds, but I don't remember their names exactly.
Oh,
But at least it's nice that we have, pictures and they're actually, you know, moving sideways.
Willow, what will we do if you ever loved me? Take me in your arms and take me to safety.
Of course!
Oh wait, do they actually have such an animation? Wait, does she actually have elf ears here? And it's nice that they actually have, you know, custom pictures, right? It's so awesome. It actually gives a different sense of immersion, along with the coupling of the sounds. The towers look a bit goofy, but you know we haven't been shown these towers in the game, and the voice really sounds masculine, Conan-like.
Well, my dearest Emalasia, it seems we've fallen for each other again.
Hey, do they
Now,
actually have custom animations? Oh, that's nice. Oh, and the tower is actually down. Okay, I didn't expect that.
if you'll excuse me, I need to have a chat with whomever just destroyed my castle.
Oh, they've actually used RPG Maker VX Ace. I like the animations. Now I think map plugin fog and overlay. I think this one was the one with the special effects. Celiana's parallax maps, fantastic buildings, medieval. Now I know why I recognize those poles of light. Sprites parallax map, busts. Oh, so they actually bought them, I think. But it doesn't matter. They're so, you know, like they're so awesomely made for a video that's 2 minutes and a half. I really liked it, and the characters, I think they were made in Sprite, I think. I don't know exactly, but that seems to be the most commonly used one. And the animations are so awesome. But I don't see anything about plugins regarding that. There's a special plugin through which you can actually put animations made in Sprite. Well, actually, I'm very impressed by the video. Didn't find anything wrong about it. Yeah, sure, one or two mistakes, they never hurt, but well, who cares about that? After all, the events that happened were actually quite nice. Actually, the voicing is very nice. I like the female voice, it sounded so soothing, although it kind of felt as if you could hear that sound, that, you know, that background sound that one can feel when someone's talking to the microphone. I guess the guy's voice lines were a bit edited and I don't know, that was masked, but very nice. Actually, very nice. Like 2 minutes and a half, and they delivered quite some action. Let's actually give them some love. Now, the next video belongs to someone called Galactic God. I think I've actually seen some of their posts. I thought I would try this out. Sorry for the watermarks, could not find a free video caption program that did not have them. And they also have some friends who helped them. Okay. Wait, Yanfly Golf. Oh well. Oh, battler sheets. Wait, Batman character sets? Oh, okay. Wizard character. Let's actually see the video. So we have another 2 minutes video, why not? Made with Camtasia free trial. Ah, okay, if it's a free trial, well, it obviously will have something silly around it. Oh, come on, why doesn't space work anymore for videos? Okay, let's see. Ah, so I'm guessing this watermark stays in here. Ah, well, it's not a problem. Okay, so we have a nice evening set with all the tiles representing a sea probably, or a huge lake, some trees, a fence. Oh, I think I remember this one. I've used it for my main project. I think this one is Galv, in which the text boxes are turned into this mobile text that follows the character around. This is the same spot you used to come when you had something you wanted to think about when we were children. I think you used because it's past. One thing when you're presenting such videos on the internet is double check your spelling. It may sound annoying to do it again and again, but you definitely don't want to bump into those trolls that, pick on you just because you have missed a letter. There's a lot of toxic people out there, and usually the grammar Nazis seem to be one of the elites. So never mind, ask. Nothing in my life turned out the way I thought it would. Right? When I was younger, all I ever did was look out upon these waters and dream of getting away from here. Okay. Now, when they speak, it would have been nice if the girl in the meantime would have come, by him, but I guess this is not possible because this style, I think it's not walkable. And the coal mine here would have been probably the best. Let's see, when I was younger, this one is used when you want to interrupt an idea, so just a little coma. All I ever did was look out upon these waters and dream of getting away from here. Probably some exclamation marks instead. And after I left and saw the world for what it was, all I could think about was returning home to my family. Probably some sweat or anger animation. I would go for sweat, right? Because they're sighing right now. Only to return and find out that my parents and brother have passed away, not passed it, passed away, double S. And again, they're having eyes closed, so, suspension mark would have been better. And our kingdom has come to be ruled by bandits and slave traders with a monarchy that does nothing to improve things. Change, I would say. Change things, I would say. If you say improve, improve means that something is in a state and you want that state to be improved. I would say monarchy that does nothing to abolish this. Abolish this, okay? Improve things, you can misunderstand improve things like improve the situation of these bandits and slave traders. Or simply a monarchy that doesn't care or wouldn't do anything. Maybe you can also use this. It sounds a bit more formal. That wouldn't do anything. Well, let's not go with regards to this. It sounds too formal. With a monarchy that wouldn't do anything, and well, it's much simpler as is, or does nothing to abolish this or to change things. Let's see. All I have left now is Elvis and this empty, broken down home. You could use a dash here to present that this is a specific word. Oh, she actually comes closer. That's not all you have left. You could also use a heart animation here. Now, in this case, these are, normal sized characters, so with the girl having her eyes closed in, cutesy anime style. Gulf's plugin, the face plugin, could actually work very good in the sense that, you can use face number 7. It's exactly something like this, and, you can pair these. There could be something more here for you. If you want it. Saying that I think you're saying. Oh, she actually has custom animations. There should have been a comma after that ask. Oh, actually, oh, comma ask. I see that some things have never changed from when we were children. I see that some things in 2 words haven't changed, not never, haven't changed since we were children, not from when. From usually implies direction. Okay, when we were children, no, since we were children. This quote usually for girl characters, you could actually pair them with a giggle sound. If you can actually find one, a girl sound that, she giggles, because it sounds a bit childish. I love the flower in her hair. You might now be a selfless and courageous man, but you're also still pretty clueless about some things in different words. Something is one word. If you say about that, you can use it as something, and it's two different words, or you can use it as something. Okay, it's kind of the same thing, but when you use some things, that's always in two words, as I found. It may be a different spelling that I'm not aware of, but I've always found that as two different words. Let's see. Oh, okay, so the girl leaves and he just remains. I don't know if he pissed the girl off, but okay. Well, a short one, but it's always better to create a short version and, just present a little story. It doesn't have apparently much of a background story, but for such a short event you don't actually need one. It's just a Valentine event. You don't need necessarily any connections to the past unless you want one of those videos that packs some action, or I don't know, time traveling and the such. Let's actually give them a like, why not? Other than a few, spelling mistakes that's, well, those are prone to happen, especially if English is not the person's main language. Well, actually it's a good video. Oh, they also used MV. Okay, I was having a bit of VX Ace vibe. I don't know exactly why. Okay, the next video belongs to someone named Dama. Stress on Valentine. Okay, so apparently that's how it's also named. So let's actually see. Okay, so the BGM is a bit... Wait, let's actually make this big. Okay, so there seem to be some walls, and this seems to be the ceiling. So it's made of stone, as if these buildings are carved in stone or something like that. Now we have a bridge in here, I think. It kind of looks like a bridge. How longer are we gonna search? Oh, we actually have a walking tree. That actually just... Wait. I'm just feeling I'm tired. Okay. The text is a bit rushed, so I actually have to take my time to read it. Okay. Now I don't know why this looks like the floor is lava. It kind of gives the impression that it's lava down there. Probably they have their own reasons. Okay, they're actually moving there. It's Valentine's cell. Okay, we go first and you'll be ready for your turn. Okay. Okay, a little detail there, right? The character actually takes a look at their friend before they go in. Coma, hi there, Mr. Valentine. Hello you, what do you want from me? Hello you, this is so troll. Okay. Usually don't say hello you, it's a bit troll, some may perceive it as a bit insulting. It's a bit like ironical. Usually use it, but in this case it can actually work if the character is sarcastic, or if the character, well, considering they say what do you want from me, I doubt this is a warm welcome, so it actually works. What other than love? We love each other, we want to marry. Be kidding, it's been ages since someone has come to me for these things here in hell. Ah, okay, so that's why these okay, now these make a bit more sense. And also the uh, demon-like wings, yes. To me, for these, the plural of these, or you can use such because it's neutral. Such can be used with singular and plural, but these things you have plural, so these, T-H-E-S-E. Probably suspension marks. Heart popped out of his head. Teehee. Okay. Nothing. May you do what needs to be done. It's not like something has, singular, to be done, but okay, now I start. Now I shall start. I think this here should have been a full stop. And instead of now I start, let's begin. Okay, it sounds a bit more formal, but it actually is a better pronunciation. Um, when you create your games, especially if they have a lot of text, make sure that it is written correctly, not because of the, uh, you know, um, grammar Nazis that can actually ruin your day, but also because, there's a lot of people who may feel pissed just because, the writing is not correct. People can distract themselves easily, and finding errors in other people's works is a bit better. So you don't want to give people any idea or thing that can distract them from your game. You want them to be focused on your game. Cover your ears to not hear, not to hear. Okay, to not hear the words. Okay. What are you doing? Nothing special. Are you done? Yes, now your husband, who's A, who's B-A-N-D, and wife, and non-capital letter. Okay, they actually jump in happiness. We're actually same gender, really. And we're twins too. Oh, okay. That's a plot twist. May God forgive me. Well, you're already in hell, so God is usually written with a capital letter. You're already in hell. I think an exclamation mark would have been here best, if they're actually trying to troll the person here. And when he says that, you could also use a jump, on the spot, just like they did when it was there. Trying to make it bigger. Oh, okay, we have a map actually. I mean, living world. That has gone next in millennials, not millennials, millennia. Millennial is someone who is born in the previous century or something like that. I'm not sure exactly, but it's millennia, not with an L at the end. Even a single kingdom exists anymore. Whole republics, eh. On the earth, let's not use on the earth. It doesn't sound so good. I mean, at least the living world, something like that. When they put the map on the table, you could also use a suggestive sound. Default sounds are like book, for example, book 1, book 2. Kind of marriage is legal everywhere, any kind of marriage. And of course you can normally go on without it. Okay. I'm getting a headache. Oh, okay. Interspecies, okay. Oh, okay, so there's two trees that want to get married. Again, husband with an A. Without a D. Without an E here. It's sibling. Without this E. Or I actually in English. No, actually I was from one of his seeds. Okay, this was actually funny. I don't know how much seriousness there was, you know, behind the ideas, but this actually ended up very goofy. Oh, okay, there's a final troll at the end, okay. Well, this actually was so funny. This was indeed very, very funny. Okay, let's actually move to the next one. This one belongs... Oh, okay. This one belongs to someone called Mr. Detective. Finally got it done at near the last minute. Had to rush this and still ran into some nasty recording issues, but I did the best I could. I apologize for the text speed sincerely. Oh, okay. Guess it's one of the... guess it's one of those videos. Wait, what? No, 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 not. Oh, okay. Personalized ads and consent. Oh, so we actually have to download it. Oh, okay. Well, it'll take a while. Oh, yes. Some of those awesome overly repetitive ads. Okay, let's see. Ah, so we have one last video and this one. Okay, by the time it actually finishes, let's actually check this one and see. Wait, let's actually see the... So it belongs to someone named Sleepy Kitten Games. Oh, okay, that's a cute name. Just barely done before the end of the contest, but here it is. Okay, so we have a 4-minute video. Let's actually see what it's about. Okay, someone's really happy jumping around. What I can notice is the lighting here. I think this uses either a plugin or I don't know something, as I haven't seen this idea of lighting, or there's some kind of separate tiles that you put over. And the the landscape is actually so nice, and we actually have closed eyes, in or oh no, they're not. I thought they were. Okay, she has greater breaks to show that she's a bit shyer. Okay, and the characters are pretty animated. Oh, okay, we have some flashbacks apparently. Well, wait. This text is actually really speedy. While I wasn't ready to admit it at the time, yes, well, I guess they had to. Well, they had a lengthy event and they had to cut a bit from the text because it takes its own time, and most likely, they had to speed up the text. I'd already begun, not to begun falling for you or falling in love with you. To fall for someone, that's usually getting pranked. When you say I fell for it, right? You pranked me. That's kind of what to fall for someone. I don't know if to fall for someone actually means to fall in love with them, but okay, let's actually see. Also, now they're more adults. Okay, she's actually wearing a cape. Saying... Hey, they remember that childish aspect. That was our first kiss, the first of many. Well, In this case, you could have actually made it much more wonderful with an actual kiss sound. Spent much of our teen years together. Probably some, well, full stop I think is better because suspension marks would have made it more like a regret. Okay. The landscaping is actually pretty awesome. Like, one can kind of see the same tree, but the way they are put and, you know, the landscape, the way one can climb is actually quite ingenious. We also have a waterfall. Oh, and we also have rain, which kind of induces some regrets. Here, you want to induce regret by, you know, suspension marks. Told me that you were leaving, that you'd become the apprentice to a prestigious knight. Wait, to become an apprentice of... Actually, but I think 2 is also good. I think suspension marks would have still be better, would have still been good here because it's kind of a regret. I think this is this story is told by the girl. Um, in order to showcase the past, one can also use a tinting of the screen, you know, to make it a bit grayish. Especially now when the usually gray is used to present things of the past, but it can also be presented as a sign of sorrow. And the two characters were actually way too cheerful at the beginning and childish. When the rain starts, you could actually make the screen a bit grayish, right? Because the beauty and the sweetness of the memories is somewhat shattered by the guy's decision. Okay. I was happy for you. I knew you'd make us proud, okay? Years without you were more unpleasant than I thought they would be. Again, suspension marks, because it's kind of a regret. Got a job of my own. Comfortable job, sure, but my mind was only ever temporarily pulled away from missing you. Yeah, okay, that could actually work. Okay, we also have the clock. Nights when orders came in slowly, it was harder to forget your cheerful smile when I last saw you. Exclamation mark, because this one is definitely a kind of a regret, because they're no longer seeing the person. My life stretched ahead of me, a vast sea of weeping grey clouds. Okay, and it is coupled perfectly with the rain. A bit of grey maybe, you know, grayscale here, a slight grayscale, you know, to present a bit more sorrow. If carefully done, it can actually add a different layer. I often wonder what your life was like out there, what kind of adventures you went on, who you might have saved, again, suspension marks. And when the character said, you know, a sea of... What did they actually say specifically? Ah, vast sea of weeping. It would have been nice if there actually was a sea out there. I'm not seeing it clearly because of the text box. But I think it's just the parallax with the clouds. Is this a bit sped up? Because the water is actually changing its shape faster than once a second. Oh, okay, we had some ghosts in here. Sometimes I even imagine myself alongside you. Okay, again, exclamation marks. Oh, okay. These details are actually quite nice. And suddenly you came back. You came home. Exclamation marks. Exclamation marks. And here you can actually, with this quote or with the appearance of the character, no, actually when the character dashes to the other one, you can simply remove the grayscale. Oh, they actually changed. and the parallax isn't as gloomy as then. Now today, after so many years, finally I think I'm ready to ask. Yes, full stop is good. No, okay, we have sounds for the text boxes, okay. I think these were some kind of gap windows, but I don't know how you create those gap windows with, you know, multiple lines. Oh, okay. Wait, I would be... That usually you use I would when you want to present some uncertainty. You either troll the character or, you know, you are kind of playing a cheeky game, you know, a mind game. You know, it's like I'm still thinking about it, even though she definitely wants it, right? Wood is a bit trickier to use. You've made me the happiest man alive. Okay. And the animation is so superb in here, like honestly, all these assets look so freaking awesome. Okay, so at the end they are seen walking together. Okay. And I'm guessing this actually ends like this. And we get one last... Oh, there were two characters in here. Wait. And we get one last view of this scene, you know, where they were as children. I don't know why these characters look a bit phantomatic. Is it me or I don't know. It gave me a bit of an impression that the two characters were dead. You know, they were there as the ghosts. And they would remind this area, right? They would remind their whole life, you know, from the perspective of them being ghosts. I don't know why I had such a point. But I guess it would be nice to be added in some kind of text. Okay, so that kind of, I think those have been finally all. I think now I have finally finished, you know, with all of these. Now let's actually see this. Actually start it directly. Oh, okay, we finally we have a school, and here I was thinking that I was the only one who's using a, you know, modern school setup. So this one belongs to Mr. Detective OCA. Nothing special, but I hope it was at least somewhat entertaining. Okay, now the way I would create such aspects is I would make these windows, I think these windows are actually transparent, so I would make a slowly moving parallax, because that would make it even more awesome, especially with the red white sky. Sao Tome, okay, we actually have some Japanese names. Oh yes, and just like any other classroom I create, there's always that random desk with a computer and especially a printer. Oh, we actually have busts, okay. And men hard to tolerate, they don't take baths, they are lazy, they smell bad, they fight a lot, they wear boring clothes. Oh my gosh, the text is so freaking fast. Constantly horny, checking on women, not checking out. Well, not checking on, peeking probably, or glancing maybe on women. So I apologize, Sao Tome-kun, but well, I doubt you'd actually use Sao Tome-kun, as kun usually shows that you're kind of close, but well, I'm not that used to Japanese aspects. You're somewhat close to them, but I don't know if you're actually that close, okay? Baka. Prove my grade from a D to a C. I take shower every day instead of every other day. I even go to the shrine every day to pray for fortune. Must have spent over 9,000. Really now? 9,000 yen last week for those offerings, and yet here I am. Here am I. No, here I am now. Got nothing in return, nothing at all. Curses Shrine Goddess, not only did you bring me bad luck, but you're absolutely utterly useless. Damn you to hell. Useless worthless. Good for nothing goddess of bad luck. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Why is it that people have this passion for, you know, oversped text? Oh, okay. So we actually have a goddess in the sky. It's funny that, you know, the sprite actually has the, you know, the shade below it. The Great Aqua Sama. Okay. Well, I don't think you can actually have to use great and Sama, because Sama kind of shows greatness, but okay. You filthy Ningen. There you say such insults to me. How dare you insult me like that? It sounds a bit better. It's not my fault that she's not into you, or men in general. Suspension marks at the end, because it shows irritation. But it's okay, I think I can totally help you with this. I think exclamation mark would have been better in here. She's either... Ah, okay, she's smiling, but these kind of show a grinchy smile, so I'm not sure what she's into. Come on, really? Kayuma's trucking company? Got a job for you. Oh, okay. Things are about to get serious, I guess. Don't want to live anymore. I wish Truck-kun would just run me over and isekai me right now. Oh, okay. Be careful what you wish for, apparently. Now, this is, you know, this part drew my attention. The truck is definitely under the player, not over the player, okay? Put the truck tiles as above the player because it's not appearing as if they're running them down. Okay. Probably you could use some red screening, you know, and some screen shakes. Okay, so now they're in a hospital room. Oh, come on, really now? It's enough that the text seems to have a sound as if a Gatling gun is firing, but the text is almost as fast. Okay, let's see. Where is this? I doubt that's actually a question someone would ask. I think they would ask, where am I? Is it there, little brother? You've barely recovered. Oh, okay, so I'm guessing they're the little sister. Okay. Wait, little brother, the older sister, okay. Don't remember a thing, do you? Nathan, okay. When you were going home, you got hit by a truck. The driver got away, other people saw you and called the ambulance. Called an ambulance. You call an ambulance, not the ambulance specifically. But okay, I think it also can work. You've been unconscious for 1 week, but your recovery is still going nicely. You should be able to leave in a few days. Oh, okay. Considering the busts of the girl, I think the girl could also use Galv's facial plugin, you know, face expression plugin. Wait a minute. Come on, really now. What the heck happened to my body? Body was severely injured. You were close to becoming a vegetable. Lucky you. I used a special drug to help your body rebuild itself. Oh, okay. Turns had a little side effect. Your body is no longer a male's. See for yourself. Imoto-chan, really? Or should I call you Sat-chan? So he was turned into a girl. Oh, okay. Come on, really, it's always this stupid bar that's taking the text. Okay. Dealing with period and cramp is way worse than I thought. Oh, okay, so I'm guessing a few days went by. Ohio, my dear little emotan. I really have to go to school like this. I already made all the necessary changes to your school profile. Your teachers are already informed. Really now? Of the details, so don't be afraid. Well, this video is kind of getting into that abusive aspect of, you know, guys being feminized and turned into girls to suffer because so many women on the world feel that they're suffering more than men. It's kind of going into that part, and for that one particular reason I don't want that kind of attention. But the text is kind of goofy, yes. I mean, the action in a way. Few people would actually expect something like that. Probably gonna be laptop, you know what? Think I'll stay home. No little sister of mine is gonna be a need. Now get to school or I will grope you again. You really scare me with how sadistic you can be. Sachan, really? Have been so depressed and tried to commit Stockholm. Cruel joke, I don't blame you at all. Let me guess, this actually ends up in a Yuri. Since we're now both girl, I still want to... Oh, come on, really now? The text is so way too freaking fast. And now you still love me? Sorry, I don't think I have the right to be with you. The right to be with you anymore. Oh, okay. They're running away. Auto-saved. Oh, okay. It actually has an auto-save feature. That's what happened. From now on, Saotome-san will be attending school as a female. Please treat her well and don't harass her. How do you get that body? I wanna give that a shot too. Well, imagine being a guy turned into a girl and now your best, you know, like male friends want to actually fuck you. Well, that's gonna end up nice. As a reminder, since you are now a girl, you have the privilege to kick anyone. Come on, really now. Crutch is with a U, not O. I think it's U, crutch. Come on, really, I can't read shit. Okay, that I could read. Mind if I walk together with you? Oh, okay. They're running away. Underwears. Underwear. I doubt I doubt that actually has plural. Ninkins. H-I-H-F-I-L. I don't know if this is some short for something, but okay. Are you planning to do to my dearly beloved Yu-chan? Cutie pie, really now? Is this a pun to someone? Yeah, both of you and sell you to the mafia. I doubt anyone would actually use the word. More like a black market. They ought to pay us plenty for this. Idiot. Oh, okay. So my life away just for it. Really now? The speed of the text is ruining everything. Passionate kissing intensifies. If you lack any animation for the site, you could actually turn the screen black and you can use a kiss sound. They can be found for free on freesound.org or some sites like that. It's always much easier because creating the animations for stuff usually takes more time, and I doubt you would spend that time just for a simple little animation. Especially if the video isn't bound to any game or something. That is a late Valentine gift. After we get married, you'll get to taste this every night before we go to bed. Without the we here. She's healthy and well now. Drag did a better job with recovering her body than I thought. So glad I finally have a little sister to sleep and base together with. Helps with chores too. It sounds a bit against males to my extent. It kind of hides some of those, perverted fantasies of, males being turned into women so that they also, do chores and the such. It's some kind of those twisted fantasies in a way. They hide a lot of sadism because it's a lot of ancestral karma that has been accumulated in a lot of women because of the way they've been treated. But okay, let's actually bypass that for now. Just to remind you that I helped you a lot with making that drug too. Call it a potion. I wouldn't call it a drug because drug sounds more like a medicine. Smooch. And how much for? I think it would have been. We perfected it. Let's just sell them to the biggest hospitals in the world. The more we sell, the more money we'll have. I think exclamation mark here because they seem overjoyed. Sounds like music to my ears. I love this drug. It's so mesmerizing. I can sniff it all day every day. Well, drug that can alter someone's gender, not sex. Some people might perceive this word offensive because, 1,000 years of Christianity have made people into, beings who are ashamed of this word. Not necessarily of their own sexuality, but, they will try to, bring on the wrath of the imaginary God against you if you use this blasted word. So be careful with it, it can destroy our world. But I guess as long as it doesn't get out, it should be okay. Oh, okay, that was... Huh? Bust plugin. Oh, okay, Golf. Bust graphics. Nanami Yuki. Oh, okay. This was actually a goofy video. I'm not sure if it is actually part of a game, because it kind of seems to have a whole action input into it. Now, I've actually gone through all the videos of the event. Think I could actually go through the the video I made. Obviously I was the only one who made a video that's a bit longer than the 5-minute limit. My video ended up as being around 10 minutes, and I had to actually give up a third of it because, well, fortunately I came up with the ingenious idea of testing it and also recording it to see how lengthy it would be. So the video that I made is apparently 9 minutes 51. No thanks, total AV. I'm not interested in anything. So I showcased the sigil here. It, obviously takes the time for my project to work because, well, it's big enough as is and I barely have any functional events in it. And I spent some extra time with the beginning, right, to showcase. Now this picture will not be the picture of this project. It is the other project's main intro. So usually being highly interested in complexity, this part has been changed a lot. It was usually presented by a fence, and this part was basically the same as the road, but I put a this is what's called the surveillance part, the first entrance into the Shizuoka University of Art and Culture. The name's written in here. It's been written by me in Sakan. This one here means the student council. It's actually written in English, but I don't think people can actually read it. These sigils are also made by me. This, I think, means resting place. Um, Now, Shizuoka University of Art and Culture is actually a real life university, but I spent a lot of time watching and looking at it, how it looks, but I never found stuff as of how it looks on the inside, so I created a personal version of it. So here I wrote Seitokai, or student council. One of the later changes were that I turned the wall, right? The wall of the university, I turned it transparent so the player can actually move around here as well. Now in this case, in here they can actually move till here. I use this to mark, the end of this garden, right? Because there's a building here where people can actually, talk, they can actually speak and do stuff and the such. But here, I decided to make, a limit, right? And here the limit is no longer, but the player can still walk on this under this tile as well, but they cannot move under it. I've taken care of that as well. Um, the characters that I use, the main characters representing the game, will each have a writing of their own. The color also presents certain things like emotions or certain states, and each character kind of has their own main color. A certain color may also mean a certain club belonging or different aspects like that. And the character facing here will have her name revealed soon. And well, in this case, it's actually the character in here. So let's actually see. Now the falling petals, the cherry petals, these animation, I was really impressed by Andre Simulator, and the beginning it has, with that long uh, alley. But this actually takes around 150 event slots. I think it's now a bit less because I deleted one or two lines of them, mainly because of the building below. And I've been really paying attention on, improving the graphics and adding a lot of extra details. The map is 256 times 256. So you can see the name of the protagonist, well, one of the playable characters, but apparently she will be the last one to be displayed. And I preferred using gabs in here. I think I'll be using these when it comes to... I think I'll be using these gabs when it comes to personal thoughts, right? Because these are a bit faster than, these are a bit faster. And, they only stay for a while. You don't have to actually press enter. Now, what the characters here are saying is this character is giving this one a gift. She's saying thank you. These are actually characters from the game, they're not placeholders. And the marks above them, the icons above them, show what club and or what specialization they have within the club. Here we have Science Club. One can actually read here, it's actually written Science Club. These are all made in Sakan. Now what I missed in here, everything here becomes silent these other characters no longer move, and I kind of didn't think about making a grayscale, right? To show that, she's kind of pulled out of the world, right? She's thinking beyond the world. This character is a bit mechanized in thinking. She's a reminder of how I was in the earlier times, so she has a very great depth to her. She's a very wacky character in a certain sense, with a very pained past and a very complex one as well, so expect her quotes to include machine-like words like null or something like that. But she's of a very introspective nature, so expect her to talk a lot. And as a spoiler, this is not a Yuri story. This is the other character, the one who's seen wandering around. Then I seem to bump into her everywhere. Yes, I forgot to actually change the color here. But I think I made some changes to this event ever since. I think I'll be using it as an intro for the character. I used the parallel event here to change the stance of the character every time a new word came in. I thought it would be an extra layer of complexity. Honestly, what I'm interested in testing in RPG Maker is, the extent of the potential, whatever I can come up with to simply include it in and see how it can actually go. What's written here? Well, one cannot see the whole word, it's janitor. And just like I've seen in anime, each of the classes and main things actually has a note that says what exactly it is, and it's also written in English as well for the player to kind of figure out, because I doubt people will actually stop the game and try to draw the kanji in Google Translate to see what it actually means. Now, although it seems, Miyumi speaks highly of the other character, it's not a Yuri story, okay? The two kind of sympathize one another because they have very great, similarities, but they're also completely different in a certain way. Now, every time you see things like this, well, it doesn't mean they're poisoned or they're dead. Right? These characters are actually sleeping. This skull here, I'm thinking about changing it because probably it might give people a wrong impression. Just like in Yandere Simulator, I thought about creating an occult club, although there's not gonna be too much occultedness around them. But I changed the name into Esoteric Sciences, and well, for the purpose of this video, they were chosen the skull. And this poison, I just introduced a random number, and apparently I put 4, and that was for poison. So it's not anything regarding this character being poisoned. All these this character belongs again to the same club as these two. It's the Esoteric Sciences. And I don't think people will actually notice, but there's a parallel event that has these animations, right, for these characters to pop up, and once in a while it randomly has one of these characters do a step animation if one pays some attention. Now this background sound is gonna be one of Miyumi's typical sounds because I have a lot of sound packs. Characters will also have their own music packs. Now, a battle tank, this is a reminder of some speeches they've had. This kind of has a background story. Technically, uh, well, I can't present too much of the story because it can actually go very long, but this character is used with Miyumi being a solo fighter. She has a very important role in the university and she's part of the security team of the university. She has some troubles with the bullies, and well, although she's highly capable of killing, she's not allowed to by university regulations, so she can only fight them, but without using any weapons. She is kind of limited, so sometimes she may end up ruffled and here into the infirmary ward. And she's always called a battle tank because she's always in for a challenge, she's always in for a fight. You usually learn in the game that you don't mess with Miyumi Kurokami. Oh yes, and she may refer to herself as entity. And as one may see, text colors are here for a certain reason. This shows certain emotions or certain states or certain feels towards certain ideas. There will be also a glossary for this. Oh, and both characters also love puns because I'm also a punsmith, and this character is the greatest punsmith. Miyumi is trying to, cope her. And we also have another change in the sound. This character named Dora is finally the only character that Miyumi finds impossible to read. It will also have some psychology in here. I haven't decided for a MB Meyer-Briggs personality for Dora because she's kind of like me. Well, actually, all the characters are representatives of aspects of me. Here are some of the thoughts of the character. One may see that she usually has a warrior-like attitude. This is a character that will pop up from time to time. The video gets a bit lengthy by here. A bit of her past is presented, but will be presented through several other events. The game will be mainly a visual novel, so there's definitely gonna be a huge amount of text. Some psychology, of course, introspection mainly. And I decided for that troll ending for some reason. Now the video was much lengthier than others, what I can say, and well, I'm always interested in complexity. Well, these are all the videos of this event, so hopefully you've enjoyed this one as well. This is the final part. All this being said, you are appreciated, take care of your own selves, and well, hopefully you learned something from the videos I've made. You are appreciated, take care, Ferenjan Board signing out.